Welcome to Mode of Cosmic Therapy. I am Paula Andrea Pyle, and I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy, period. But I am especially happy that you're joining me for the next 58 minutes or so to see what's going to unfold. Well, let me take a moment to thank Mitzi again for always being on the camera and doing what she does best. And Sandy in the sound room. I appreciate you so much, Sandy, and all the things you do as well. And all the wonderful people here at RTN Television Station in Raleigh, North Carolina, the city of the Oaks. Beautiful, beautiful trees. Well, I'm going to take 2 seconds. That's a lie. It'll really be more than 2 seconds to say what it is that I do here on this day, this moment. I let everything unfold. I have no plans, no script, nothing that I follow. Nothing is preordained, nothing except, unbeknownst to me and the universe, and whatever will be, will be. But as far as me trying to lay out something that I'm going to do or follow some kind of guided plan, I have none. The point and purpose in my doing that, first of all, I enjoy the heck out of it. I especially love being spontaneous and letting things flow and seeing how everything is relative and linked together and tied together and is all fused together, and how that we as human beings are bumbling and fumbling around in this world, not knowing how we got here or where we're going after we leave, except that, of course, we're light, and so we're going to return to that which is light, whatever that means, and not how we perceive it, but how it actually is. Anyway, in a condensed version, I take lots of things, whatever comes up and comes out will be what you will see in this dispensation of time and space. And that's how your life is. Your life is not out of order, and nothing that happens, good or bad, is not supposed to be part of it. You can't start dissecting it and saying this was part of it and that wasn't supposed to be, and why did that happen, and I shouldn't have had to go through this, or how in the world did that take place. All of it. Every single solitary bit of it, just like a good recipe for a delicious cake. You need it all, every single solitary bit of it. And you also need the heat applied and the time in the oven for it to manifest. And then even when it comes out, you still got some details to take care of. So in your life, as you consume the wonderful, delicious, bountiful cakes of human involvement and relationships, take care to know and notice that everything, every single solitary aspect of it is important. The ant walking across the floor to the lightning that flashes in the sky. It's all relevant. It's all part of this magnanimous journey, this mystical, revealing, powerful journey that we are conceiving is taking place. We really believe it. So if we're going to believe it, let's participate in it fully. So what do I want to do today? What do I want to do? Usually when I'm talking, there's a word or something that just pops out, and I start with that. But while I've been talking these few moments, I haven't heard anything. So what will I do? Oh, have you noticed, all of y'all? Sandy and Mitzi stripped my books. They really did. All, the table that used to be full of books. Of course, there are books here too now. I have the Bible, and I have the Sabian symbols, and I think I got the I Ching up there, the I Ching. I got some of Osho's cards up there too. But the majority of the rest of the books are mine. Books that I have written, and that's what they have been driving me to use. But I love to, take something out of everything, everywhere, whether it's a mathematics book, an English book, a history book, a science book, I especially love physics. So I love to take those sentences, just open up the book and read something. But today, they're going to, whatever I do, and whichever book I pick up, I'm going to get the sentence out of one of my books. This one, let's do it. Let's see how it's going to roll. Where's my glasses, Mitzi? There they are, so I can see. Oh, this is one pair of them. If they aren't so dirty, I can't see through them. All right, let's do it. All right, you see what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip and flop and flip and flop, and I'm going to stop somewhere, and then I'm going to read the sentence and see how, whoo, look at this one. If you're going to prison or jail, this is the house that is going to tell the tale. Seems unrelated, doesn't it? But rest assured it's not. Okay, did I say this is mode of cosmic therapy, esoteric psychoanalytic map of astrological houses. Woo, that was a mouthful. So what were we talking about? If you're going to prison or jail, this is the house that is going to tell the tale. Wow, you know what? We can do one or two things. Well, first of all, get it up here so I won't. Prison, jail. Now, see, just taking this, just out of this book, and it was on page 119. Let me see what house we're talking about. Oh, of course. We're talking about the 8th house in astrology, okay? The natal 8th house. If you have never had an astrological chart done, maybe it might be interesting and entertaining. And Mitzi, I just lost the, whatever that thing is that makes you talk. So, what you want me to do with it? Well, I'll put it right there. How about that? That'd be good enough, won't it? All right. This is the natal 8th house in astrology. So like I said, if you find it in your interest or inclination, look up on the internet and you can get lots of free natal charts done. All you have to know is the time and the day and hour you were born, and it can tell you a lot of things. Truly, you'll be entertained by it. But anyway, that sentence was, if you're going to prison or jail, this is the house in your chart that'll tell you about it. So let's just say that we came to Earth. This is literally talking about prison and jail, while you're here. But I'm just going to take liberty, because I can do that, get these off, and extend it to us coming to Earth, okay? And we get into this body, okay? So we're sort of like in a prison or jail, because there's only certain things that we can do, and there's other things that we cannot do. Just like now, I can't just hit my leg and start flying in the air, and I can't touch my nose and dissolve. So there's certain things that we can and cannot do, just like being in prison and jail. So the 8th house, guess what? The 8th house, you've probably seen this on other shows, rules sex, death, and money. Well, it rules a whole lot more than that too. Psychological, okay? It really rules the psychological makeup of you. This is where you have come from. I mean, where you have come from. On here. Boobity, 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 boob. All the way to you, okay? So this 8th house is indicative of what you have accumulated on your journey. You pick up things as you go along. So while you're in this prison, and I've never been to prison, so I couldn't speak of how it would be to be in there, but I would dare say myself, I would think that you have to adjust to the culture, and it's a whole different mindset from being out here in the so-called free world, okay, to going to behind the bars or behind the temporary bars. It would have to be different. Whatever you were out here, you're going to take in there, but then you've got to readjust yourself, and you've got to pretty much, if you're going to survive in prison, you've got to pretty much forget the life that you had out here until you get back there. So that might be a little bit like it is to come here to earth. We got to forget any and all other lives, if there's ever been any, or we've got to completely destroy the idea that we came from wherever that is, with that perception of gods, goddesses, iddises, whatever that sacred place is. We've got to forget that and try to reformulate something about it, something that works for us and with us, to get back to that state that we were before we got here. Sort of like prison or jail. Now, some of these people, when they go to prison, they won't be coming out. That is their home. That's the same thing too, like us. We can get into this body and we can absolutely believe and tell ourselves that this is it. This is it. I was born here from my mother and my father, and when my time comes, I'm going to die and I'm going, to the ground. And that's all of that story. And then whatever religious ideas you have attached to it to make you believe that you're going to do something, play a harp or fly around. And I'm not making light of it. I'm saying you do whatever you do, just like people in prison tell themselves whatever they have to do to survive. That's what we do. Well, while we're in this body, if we continually tell ourselves this is all there is and there is no other, there's nothing else, and if there's a reason for us being here, we won't ever know it. I don't know. Whatever works for you, that's what you do. But as long as you feed those desires as far as this is all there is, and not investigate, these people right here that's going to prison, do you know how much they have to meditate? Do you know how much time they spend in contemplation, prayer, just in trying to understand, first of all, whatever it was that brought them to that place, and then while they're there, what they're going to do while they're there, and if it can be constructive or productive, and this jail is short term, but it's the same thing. Now, these people can come out, reoffend and go back, and they're still on this journey. These people that are in prison here or here are no different than us. They're not any lesser than us. They're not any more evil than us or less evil than us. They are just human beings, and they're taking up residence for a while. In fact, prisons should be dwelling places. I just said that backwards. Prisons should not be dwelling places, but just something, that's right, they should not. They should just be a short-term dwelling place and not permanent residences. That's what I was trying to get out. Because while we're on earth, that's what we think. We honestly believe, and we live our lives as if we're really here, and we're going to be here. This is not our home. This is not where we came from. This is not where we're going to stay. We're going to get out of prison, if you will, or we may get out of jail. See, jail could be like, dying young and getting out. So short term. Prison's a little longer. But this body, being in this body and emphasizing all of the things of the body, how beautiful my hair is or how ugly it is, what kind of haircut I need or what kind of length I need, what color I need, or my face, whether it's broke out or whether it's not broke out, what kind of lipstick am I going to, all these things to accent the body. Am I diminishing those things? No. Am I saying that's wrong, right? No. Do whatever it is that entertains you. But don't put stock in it. Don't think it matters. It does not matter to anybody. Nobody. If it matters to you, that's it. Let me say it again. It does not matter to anybody. Nothing you do. Nothing I do. It does not matter. It's all part of the process. Okay. Anyway, let's do prison. You know how I use numerology to see what, on this moment, this day, that I'm going to come up with based on the numerical vibrations of what this word means. But sometimes people tend to. They get one meaning and they cling to it forever. But that's what it means. Next week I might turn right around and say that means something else, because life is like that. Nothing, this is a rose. Isn't that a beautiful thing to say? This is a rose. But if we called it any other name, didn't the poet say, it would smell as sweet. But we have ascribed these names to things. We have ascribed these meanings to things. And we think that's what it means. That's as far as it means, because I know it means that, so that's what it means. Well, let's see, on this day, what prison means. Starts with a 7, God's number. Now that's a different thought, isn't it? That all the people that are going to prison are going there to get closer to God. Wow, Paula, what a statement. It's just a statement. 9, 1, 6, 5. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure. 7, 9, 1, 5, 9. You know that 9. There's that hermit. Come down here to earth. We're up here. Whatever heaven means to you. It's in the galaxy. Wherever that is. Wherever that is. We don't see, but we don't even see a speck of it. But anyway, so the heart of prison is the devil. In the tarot card, 15 is the devil. But you know what also that 15 means? A delicious meal. It also means raw sex. What else does that 15 means? It means relationship. What kind of relationship? It also means conversation. Okay? Now the heart of prison is 15. So these prisoners that are in prison, and like I said, I've never been, so I can't say. I don't know how many delicious meals they'll be consuming. Some of the prison camps probably have better meals than others. That's sort of like us. Some of us are better cooks than others. Now, have you ever been and eaten with somebody